The Stoics' Guide to Facing Pain and Hardship. Once in the city of Rome, there lived a man named Lucius. He was not rich or powerful, but he was known for his calm mind and strong heart. No matter what life threw at him, loss, sickness, or betrayal, he faced it without fear. His friends often asked him, "How do you stay so peaceful when everything goes wrong?" Lucius would smile and say, "I follow the way of the Stoics." Stoicism is not about hiding from pain or pretending it does not exist. It is about seeing life clearly and choosing how to respond. The Stoics believe that hardship is not the problem, or thoughts about hardship are the real challenge. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Let me tell you a story to explain this. Many years ago, a young merchant named Marcus lost everything in a storm at sea. His ship, filled with valuable goods, sank into the dark waters. When he returned home with nothing, his neighbors pitied him. "What bad luck," they cried. "How will you survive?" But Marcus was calm. He said, "The sea took my ship, but it did not take my mind. I still have my hands to work and my wisdom to guide me." The Stoics teach that we do not control what happens to us, storms, sickness, or the actions of others, but we always control our thoughts and actions. Marcus could have spent years weeping over his lost ship. Instead, he chose to start again. He became a teacher, sharing the lessons he had learned from his travels. In time, he was even happier than before. Another lesson from the Stoics is the practice of premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst before it happens. This does not mean living in fear. It means preparing our minds so that when hardship comes, we are ready. Imagine a farmer named Decimus. Every night before sleep, he would think, "What if my crops fail? What if my family gets sick?" At first, this sounds dark, but by imagining these challenges, Decimus prepared his mind. When the drought came and his fields dried, he did not panic. He had already thought about this moment. He knew what to do: dig deeper wells, trade wisely, and stay patient. His neighbors, who had never considered such troubles, fell into despair. But Decimus stood firm. Pain and hardship test us. They show us who we really are. The Stoics say that inside every difficulty is an opportunity to grow stronger. A man who never faces challenges remains weak, like a tree sheltered from all wind. But a tree that weathers storms grows deep roots and strong branches. Consider the story of Epictetus, one of the great Stoic teachers. He was born a slave. His body was broken by his cruel master. Yet he said, "You may chain my leg, but you will never chain my mind." Even in suffering, he found freedom. He taught that our true power lies not in our circumstances, but in how we see them. So how can we use Stoic wisdom in our own lives? First, we must separate what we control from what we do not. We cannot control the weather, the past, or other people's choices. But we can control our effort, our honesty, and our courage. When we focus only on what we control, we waste no energy on worry. Second, we must change our thoughts. When pain comes, ask yourself, is this pain truly unbearable, or does it only feel that way because I resist it? The Stoics say that suffering comes from fighting what we cannot change. Accepting pain does not mean liking it. It means stopping the war in our minds. Third, we must find the lesson in hardship. Every difficulty is a teacher. Sickness teaches us gratitude for health. Loss teaches us what truly matters. Betrayal teaches us wisdom in choosing friends. If we look closely, pain always has a gift, if we are willing to see it. Finally, remember that no hardship lasts forever. The Stoics believed in the impermanence of all things. Joy fades, but so does sorrow. When we are in pain, we often feel it will never end. But time moves forward. The sun rises again. Lucius, the man from the beginning of our story, lived to old age. On his last day, his students gathered around him. Tell us one final lesson, they asked. Lucius whispered, life will hurt you. That is certain. But you can always choose to stand tall, learn, and keep walking. That is the Stoic way. And so, when pain comes to you, as it will, remember these words. You cannot choose your hardships, but you can choose your heart. Face them with courage, learn from them, and let them make you wiser. That is how a Stoic finds peace in a storm. The end.